Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so I did say that we were going to launch this next, and yeah, I finally am holding up to my word. Generally I don't. And yeah, this thing is the solar piece for our Minmus base. There will be 12 panels total. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't like crash into the surface or something. Now, yeah, we were going to launch it our last episode, but the only problem, well, bug I guess I ran into was the nav ball itself was upside down. I fixed that. I think I added a few extra struts as well, just to ensure the safety of the faithful ship that I've created, I guess, if you want to call it that. Nothing really new, just been kind of trolling around the Kerbal Space Program forums and all that other good stuff. I am exceeding my speed limits, and I don't care. Just keep going since we've already exceeded it. Wow. I see certain things what happens when when I'm talking and I don't pay attention. I do stupid things like that, and just completely destroy flights. My god. So I think I'll put a little bit of a tilt on her since we did in fact not follow the rules, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, one thing I want to address, somebody mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last episode either, but somebody was like, yeah, you use a lot of and, like, and ums in your episodes, and yeah, I do agree. Now, my main problem is I never really took public speaking courses or any kind of... I've never really been good at, commentary or, anything like that in general. I never really thought I would be putting videos on YouTube, to be 100% honest. Just something that I never really thought was ever going to be a possibility, I guess, if you want to call it that, or what have you. I just never really had any interest. At one point in my life, I just never really had interest, and then finally, I don't know what it came to be honest. Whatever it is I eventually did that made me decide that I should start doing this. One of the things I guess it was too was, if you look at my very early episode, like one of my first episodes, which was like the little engine that could, or something like that, and oh, I need to slow down. What am I doing? If you look at the little engine that could, I don't even think we're out of the atmosphere right now. Oh no, the music is on, so that means, yeah, we did. No, if you look at my first episode though, I don't even think I was speaking during that episode. Actually, I was. At that time, I didn't have, I think, a good mic or something like that. I'd have 2 Minecraft videos that are very old. And those, basically, I ended up recording my voice and stuff at that time, and I didn't have a good microphone. I didn't have, like, a good anything. And the videos just didn't really turn out that well. I mean, if you notice, like, if you look at them, I wanted to get the point across that you could, in fact, do what I did. And, I gave it was like a chime or something like that for a doorbell for Minecraft. And, it was a really shoddy episode, and it didn't work that well. So yeah, if you watch some of my older Kerbal Space Program episodes, though, you'll notice that the whole confidence factor of what I was doing and how I was doing everything in the game and playing and my commentary just really weren't that great. I mean, even now, I get better as time goes on, but it all starts at some point and ends at some point, and I just was never good at it in the first place. I'm one of those kind of guys that when you have like a report or something to do in class, that if you need to like actually present it in front of class, I'm either the guy that talks really quietly and nobody can hear him, or I'm the guy that basically stutters and gets all red and doesn't really, do anything the way it should. So, once again, never took public speaking courses, never really liked getting up in front of a group of people and talking. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be aligning to the, the blue thing, not my prograde. I don't know what I was thinking. Once again, I can't even remember how I got into this game. It really just, it baffles me how I even... There's no Kerbals on board. Really? I did not know that. Well, no, I never really knew how I got into this game and how I got into recording. This is one of the things I will say. Like, I can't remember what it was exactly that made me want to do this. It's been a lot of weird things, I guess. And a lot of the things I do, I had a little bit of a following when I was playing Minecraft on the server that I was on. Everyone really liked the things I would build and everything else, and they're like, why don't you build for people who, are really popular on YouTube and stuff like that? Because that was like Minecraft's advertising campaign right there. It's just YouTube videos on Minecraft. And Kerbal Space Program is almost kind of taking the same route, which is amazing because a lot of people have bought the game, a lot of people are playing the game, and the advertising for it is almost nothing. Literally no advertising whatsoever, other than through the major channels like Yogscast and Kurt J. Mack, and there's like HOC Gaming, Scott Manley, and which I'm going to get to in a second. I ended up finding this game out from the Yogscast, but not Duncan, I believe it is, who was playing. I don't remember who it was that just started a Let's Play of this game. I believe it was Duncan. Not sure. Whatever. I'm not like a huge fan of him in the first place. There are certain things that he does that are kind of cool, like the what is it? The Jurassic Park mod for Minecraft and stuff like that. How close is that? I think we could go out a little bit further. Can I get further? Yeah, that works. But no, Duncan, I ended up finding out about this game from Yogscast Sips. And he started playing when this game still had like all the old parts, and I ended up playing this game when it initially had like all the old, really funky looking parts and stuff like that. The big SAS module and all that other good stuff. It was fun at that time, and I didn't really think much of the game other than it was kind of fun to play for a little bit. And I ended up borrowing, because my friend had this game before I even knew he had this game. I ended up just kind of playing on his account for a couple days and stuff like that. And then I ended up just buying my own because I only support games that I actually do in fact play. If I, this game I've been playing for more than 6 months now. Way more than 6 months. I've been recording for at least 6 months. But I really do feel that, piracy is not a bad thing. And a lot of people are going to be against me for that, I guess, maybe. But I don't think piracy is a bad thing because it's been going on for, hundreds of years. As far as, media is concerned and stuff like that, it's been going on forever. I really don't understand the overall being against it and everything else. I understand that people aren't making money off of what they do, but a true artist does not care in a sense of how much money he makes. It's just the fact that people are playing the game, or I mean, well, no, maybe not playing the game, but you know, like at least in the music industry, they should be more happy that people are actually liking their music. So that's generally my consensus on it, and I've always kind of stuck to that. But you know, I do think that these guys do deserve their credit with their game, and I ended up playing, you know, with a friend's account for a little bit, and I finally got my own version, so. But I did that long before I started recording. But anyways, back to the YouTube peoples that have been playing this game. You know, Sips, I've always liked his Let's Plays, and he generally always just... He adds like a bit of humor to the game that you wouldn't expect, in a sense, and he just makes it kind of funny. Certain things that he does. Alright, how close are we gonna get? I want to get this thing like freaking close. Now, HOC Gaming, I've never really followed his videos that much, and I'm sure there's people out there that are kind of mad about that, or whatever. I just never really was interested in his videos. They never really did anything for me. So I think it had to do with maybe his voice or something. I just couldn't get into what he was doing, and it just never really cared so much for what he was doing. That's just me, and I don't know. Certain people like a lot of Let's Players, and some of them I'll watch, and I just can't stand them. Like a couple people on the Yogscast, they have like 3 or 4 new people on there already that they've added, at least in the last couple of years or last year or so, and I've just never watched a video from them because I watched like one and I hated it. So, you know, Simon and Lewis will always be the good ones to watch, and Sips, and there's like Yogscast 2, and Duncan's alright. I know a lot of them were involved with Shadow of Israfel, so, if not all of them, but... And, who else was there? Kurt J. Mack, because once I watched the one with Sips, I ended up watching the one with Kurt J. Mack, his whole Let's Play, and that's when it really dawned on me when I was playing this game that I really, it's just awesome. He was kind of one of the other people that also influenced me to buy this game. It's not that he did anything like overly insane with this game, but he really kind of showed off a lot of the stuff in the game that you can do, and that was kind of one of the turning points, I guess, when I finally decided to buy this and start doing my own Let's Plays. Also, he has his Far Lands or Bust, which that also, he does a lot of, you know, if anyone who's ever watched that, he does a lot of talking about YouTube. At one point he was talking about like YouTube partnerships and kind of how it all works and stuff like that, and that was one of the reasons why I ended up getting into doing this. Just him talking about it and how kind of relatively easy it is and all that stuff. And then not to mention I had a few of my friends who were also somewhat kind of happy at the fact that, you know, I was doing something like this, and they really did support it. So, I mean, even my parents have watched these videos, which is kind of weird. So, at least to me it's weird because, you know, I don't really like, I don't know. I just think it's weird. Now, hopefully we can get this thing to land before it hits the dark side. Now, I just lined up. I don't plan on landing there. I just want to... I just aimed it, you know. That's about all I did. Some aiming. So I'm going to bring this up like that. It looks like the space station is... there's Ion Station Alpha. It looks like it like landed there or something. We got a space station on the surface. But... oh yeah, and then Scott Manley. Yeah, Scott Manley. I know a lot of you guys because I've done a lot of talking about him over in like a couple of my episodes, and I appreciate what he does. I don't want to cut any ties between anybody who's making videos or anything like that, and I appreciate what he does. I don't exactly like a lot of his videos though, and that's just me. I've read a few other people who kind of have the same general consensus about his videos, and my main problem that I just don't like about his videos, and this is just me, is the fact that he does use an intense amounts of mods to play his game. And I just have never been a fan of mods in the first place, so it really doesn't do anything for me to see all these mods. And, you know, one of the major mods that I just dislike in general, because I feel like you should learn how to play the game without having a crutch, because that's the only way you'll truly learn how to play, and you'll really truly understand how to play and how to do things, instead of having everything being done for you, in a sense. I never liked MechJeb. That's just my thing. I almost... there's a part of me that agrees that, you know, MechJeb isn't going to do everything for you, but at the same time, it takes away some of the validity of, like, launching and doing all this stuff in the game when pretty much a computer is lining up for you. It's doing basically everything for you, in a sense, and I just never agreed with that way. You know, I just never agreed with how that works. That's just me, though. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who watch my videos who have MechJeb and they use it all the time, and I'm not saying you're a crappy player, nor am I saying you suck in any kind of way as far as watching Scott Manley, or that Scott Manley sucks. I don't mean that in any kind of way. It's just never been my cup of tea. I'm sorry. Just never has been. As far as MechJeb and all that other stuff is concerned, it's just no interest. Now, we did overshoot the base a little bit, and I think we are actually, like, deathly close to the surface now. Which I'm going to have to angle back a little bit. Yeah, I don't want you guys to think that I think he sucks or anything else like that. It's just been, you know, a lot of people will compare me to Scott Manley in some kind of way, and that's the part that I really just, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really, I don't use mods and stuff like that. I just never, you know, I try to, it's not that I like separate myself from him, but at the same time I don't want to be confused with him, or in the fact that I am trying to do the same things that he does. There's only so much you can do with a game like this before people start repeating themselves. And even then, like, you know, the Minmus Base and all that other stuff that I've built, amazing stuff, but I'm more than happy the minute that these things become complete, because I'll just put the gear down. I just have not... I've enjoyed building them, but at the same time, it's been probably one of the biggest headaches. It's really been like a really big headache to build this thing, so having it done will be a really amazing thing. And I don't plan on calling it here and just saying that it's done as soon as I put this panel on, because as stuff gets added to the game and everything else, I will be updating it and changing it and adding new features and new things. The one thing I'm going to be adding, or eventually adding, is I do want to build like some kind of a base that will hold vehicles. That way I can, you know, basically store fuel, bring fuel to the base, because it really basically has none other than, you know, whatever stuff I've kind of just brought there the last episode. So This thing is loading in. If you guys notice, I did in fact delete a lot of stuff around the base. I don't think I mentioned that before, but I got rid of nearly just about everything surrounding it, and I did move everything away. The crane is somewhere around here. There's the crane, the rover, there's that manned lander over there. I just moved everything away because there was just no point in keeping it over here when all it's doing is taking up valuable part space, I guess if you want to call it that. Alright, let's just get into a vertical landing now, because we are right behind the base, which is, or actually no, we're in front of the base. It's all fine and dandy. Alright, come back up, come back up. We are going to crash into the surface. And stop it right there. We are going to get rid of that. Just slow down a little bit, and you can see our frame rate is going to take a crap on us. I'm just gonna let it come down real nice and slowly. I will say though that this moon base is gotta be one of my best, if not the best. Alright, I think everything exploded except for that decoupler. Turn on RCS, SAS, oh god, it's really rocking around. Slow us down so we don't bounce. Alright, well it looks like this side landed first, and then the other side. Wow. Now, I want to try to connect this piece up, this episode, because the last episode, or, well, I mean the last time I connected the radio tower, I didn't like the fact that I had to use it for the next episode, and I'm going to quick save real quick here. Yeah, there we go. Now how much fuel do we have? What do we got? Now what I'm going to do too is I think I'm going to disable these RCS ports, only because there's no point in adding them. Okay, this one. Let's see, and then draw a square right there, and then it's that one, I think. Now what I should be able to do is, I did quick save, so if I screw up I am just going to revert back. So we need to twist this thing around a little bit. We need to twist it. It's not twisting. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, let me try it one more time. I don't know, this isn't going to be a very easy one, I don't think. Methinks. Because it's kind of, it's working, but it's not, in a sense. Oh god, it's gonna flip over. Alright, let's see here. Will this twist it around? No. Alright, well I guess what I'm gonna do now then instead is I'm gonna start bringing it closer, because we're basically on the same side here. I'm gonna bring it over right there, and that's where it's going to dock up. Hopefully I didn't screw up the landing legs or anything like that and put them in the way in any kind of way. Otherwise we'll have to figure out a quick fix, because I don't plan on launching this again. So, not unless if I absolutely have to. So, alright. turn on the thrusters here. Let me actually... Wow, one more thing before I go. Let's see. Alright, this will push us that way, that way. You just gotta make sure that you know which way you're going before you start launching. Alright. SAS engines on. And we need to be going that way a lot. It just floated over there nice and gently too. I don't plan on you know, doing this super quick. It'd be nice to hover it though. You just gotta learn how to work the engines. That's the main problem. Oh, come on, come up, 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 up. Now let's see if I... Alright, work the engine again. Come on, come on. Don't touch the ground. We need to go that way a little bit. Come on up. Perfect. Alright, no, we're going up. It's not a bad thing. Let's see if I can turn these engines back on. And what I'll try to do is maybe I can hover it and rotate this piece. I don't know if it's going to be a possibility, but we'll see what we can get. But I do plan on transferring out whatever fuel I get in here into the base, so we'll have like a little bit extra fuel along with the RCS too. But it will be awesome just to add this thing once we get it. You know, I wanted to cut this part out because it really just... You know, I liked cutting this part out last episode because it really is just kind of annoying to do this. I gotta get away from this base a lot. So once I swing this piece around, it's not going to just line up ever so perfectly, so... Speed up. And we're looking good on RCS too, I do have to say. RCS and the regular fuel, the fuel I really wasn't overly concerned about because I knew that when we landed we really weren't going to be using a lot of it, so that part right there I just didn't even care about it, and even like a little bit, so I'm gonna have to bring it down here soon though. And I'm gonna bring it down while we're moving, because I know I'm not going to fix that. It's just not worth it. So right here it seems good. Right there. Turn off RCS. There we go. Now this thing is going to probably sit right there like that for now. Now I just gotta swing this piece around, and that shouldn't be so much of a problem. I'm thinking these legs are gonna conflict with each other. I'm not sure though. But I'm going to quick save it right here just to be 100% certain we don't lose any of our progress. Now what we need to do, RCS. And if I turn on... No, because that's tilting it over. And I want to turn. Alright, did that damage it in any kind of way? Because I'm trying to bring this... Whoa, God. Other way, other way, other way, other way. There we go. Oh, God. Did not mean to do that. But this will work out. Turn, turn, turn. You just gotta learn how to take your mess-ups in stride. It's happy little mistakes. Even if we end up getting a little bit further away, I'm not that mad about that. I won't care so much as long as we're sideways. Just don't hit the ground going too hard. Alright. Let's see what this does. It probably is gonna break. Or just slide around. I'm okay at that. Turning off the RCS again. Wow. Alright, so now we need to get on our main approach again. This kind of sucks, but whatever. I might end up cutting some of this out, to be honest. So, yeah, if anything, I'm just gonna speed it up. So, yeah, anyways, I'll see you when we get this thing really close and docked up. And we got a connection, guys. Yes. So we now have full power on our moon base. Amazing. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this for the longest time. I just can't believe it has actually happened. We have power now. Just watch that power come rolling in. I guess if you want to call it that. Flowing, surging in. Oh my god, this is just absolutely amazing. I can't believe that I've actually finally done it. It's just felt like forever. I felt like this project was never ever going to end. I did set up a quick key. I can't remember what it is now. I think it was 8. It's too late to push it now because then some of them would open and some of them would close. But I'll just do it manually for now. I don't really care. We finally have power. We finally have a fully functioning moon base. This is absolutely amazing. And I do have to say, I mean, if somebody didn't like my solar panels or whatever, I mean, this just looks awesome. I don't know how you could not think this is freaking amazing. So one last test before, let's just get the sun overhead. Oh god. There we go. We got the sun overhead. And we have a fully... I think that's more than enough solar panels, to be honest. Wow. Alright, I'm going to transfer this fuel out. Considering we don't need any fuel in this thing at all. And we'll have like a little tiny bit of fuel on the surface. Just a smidgen. You know, enough to... you know, I have to say that's probably enough to get you out of orbit if you had like a really tiny, or get you off the surface if you had like a really tiny ship. Alright, wow, these things are really lacking on fuel. This one seems like it's a little crooked, too. I don't know if it's just me, but whatever. I'm not going to fix it now. Trying to figure out what's more important to have, the RCS or the fuel. And I think the fuel is a little bit more important than the RCS, considering we have so much of it. So, I mean, wow. Alright, let's, I'm going to quick save. I'm just going to speed up time. Turn it off. I just want to make sure there's no problems with anything on this base so far. Alright, yeah, I don't think there's any problems with anything. I don't want to end up quick saving and then, like, the whole base starts doing all kinds of craziness. So, let's see. Alright, we are going to decouple that. And I left a little bit of RCS in here just to get it off the surface. Oh, I guess I can't get it off the surface because I put the command module right there instead of on here. Whatever. Oh, amazing. Well, that part will be deleted anyway, so whatever. Let's see. We now have a full battery, finally, for the first time ever. Well, you know what I'm going to do is just to stop from having conflicting parts. I'm going to go to the Space Center. Wow. Sorry if this is a long episode. I didn't mean to make it this long. Where is Minmus Base Beta? So much stuff. Yeah, this is how long it's been since I've had that many launches since I started the Minmus Base compared to... Wait, no, it's Minmus Base Beta, isn't it called that? I should just, you know, go up here to this. There we go. Minmus Base Beta. I think all that stuff should have gotten deleted now, too. Like the, that little landing piece and the little decoupler thing and all that other good stuff should have gotten deleted. So... yeah. Wow. This is gotta be the freaking most awesome thing I've ever built in the game. It has to be. And I still got all this other room to expand on my base. Yes, I should. I should put 2 more orange tanks. That's one thing I did consider, though. 2 more orange tanks wouldn't hurt too much. To have, like, somewhere around 10,000 fuel storage on the surface would be kind of cool. But, wow. That's a lot of solar panels, I do say there, sir. Way more than needed, but solar panels are just awesome in the first place. I mean, I think I probably have a better land base than some people have space stations. So, that is one thing to bring in consideration. A better land base than people have space stations. Also, let's get a good shot at this thing in the dark. I really am curious now to see whether it will survive an entire night. Just to see how long a night will last. Yeah, it does. I'll turn the lights on. The lights on. There we go. Those lights are just, like, ungodly bright, too, I do have to say. And here's this thing at night. Now, just imagine getting close to this thing at night. I think I've already shown a picture of this thing at night before, but, you know, whenever I do eventually get, you know, power on this thing before in my last episode when I would get power on it, but this is the end of it so far. If there's any new modules that need to be added... What? See, that's weird, because it says that I have direct sunlight right here. I guess that bug's never been fixed. Yeah, they're still tracking the sun. Now it says blocked. See, I don't understand this because it shouldn't technically be getting sunlight. But yeah, here's our Minmus base. Wow, I'm sorry if I've been dragging it on. Yeah, this is just unbelievably awesome. I can't believe that we've actually gotten this far. So, well, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. And yeah, I will see you next time.